live on Facebook now. It's preparing. Okay, we're live on Facebook. Can you hear us on Facebook, guys? Thumbs up, likes, all that fun stuff. Okay, we're live on Facebook. Shut myself off. Okay, now I'm going to come back here and we're going to start the recording. So we have a clean recording. Okay, so we're live on Facebook and we're recording. I'm Brenny Larson. You guys are back, and you know this is the Builderall Mastery Summit, and we are having a lot of fun. So once again, this live streams into the group, and then also for those of you that are super smart, you show up on Zoom because we have an after party. What's an after party? After party, man. That's when we end this professional recording. And we answer your questions, we share the screen, and we all get to meet each other besides just messaging on Facebook. So today you guys get Yogi, and he is quite a character. I've known him for a while. I had to get to know his personality. I'm like, oh, he's making me mad. Oh, he's a jokester. So I'm just going to turn it right over to him because he wanted to hold information hostage and not give me a beautiful bio, which you guys probably don't care if I read anyway. So he's an expert, and he's going to be talking about eating an elephant as a digital consultant / agency today. So I'm going to zip out of here, and we'll keep an eye on the questions. And at the end, we will ask you a bunch of stuff, and we can see how smart you are. Take it away, Yogi.
Hello, everyone. Yogi Mull here. Hope you're doing well today. Can everyone see my screen? Big red stuff there. Yogi Bear, yes, of course. Being smarter than the average bear, that's what happens. For sure, for sure, for sure. So I'm basically going to cover today how to eat an elephant for big profits, basically, in your digital agency. We all know there's a lot going on, trying to keep up with everything. Basically, how to chunk it down, how to make it go well and work out for you. So, who am I? Well, I am me. That's what you could say, I guess, basically. Lead gen master, own a digital agency, have for a while, and do it as a side, everything else. I got a hustle mentality, bootstrapped everything, started from basically nothing, self-taught, went through, made all that work, go there. I started basically in just a small little coffee shop / home office, and I've been growing slowly but surely ever since. I do a lot of trainings and just helping people on the side, basically. This is why here really attuned to me with Brenny, because, I really enjoy helping people, and it's just part of growing things, providing value, helping plan, get their poop in a group. A lot of us don't have our poop in the group and doing things. So help them get it together, plan, strategize, and move forward. Let's get rolling. Elephant is a delicacy, really. Well, yes, just think about this. You got a new client, you're riding high, just come in with a new one. The project is set to be one that will launch your client, pass your competition, and put you at the forefront of your industry and niche. And, it does basically become very, very, very overwhelming. It's not working, huh? Nice. Good times. Just a second here to see what happened. How about now? Can you see it now? All right. We'll just keep going from right here. I'll just start at the beginning of this one. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So you got that client that came in, good size one. You've bbeen working for a while to get it done.
We'll just keep going right here. I'll just start at the beginning. Yes, we can see it.
Great. And it becomes overwhelming. You start to lose your juice, your forward progress and motion, and you begin to feel stuck. Basically what happens then, and I'm sure everyone can attest, the almighty elephant has come in and he's plopped his ass right down your keyboard with a smile on his face and his trunk in the air. You notice him, you see it happening, but it's like you're paralyzed and you basically can't take and do anything to get past him. So you take and you attempt to push him out of the way. And I'm sure we all know how that'll basically take and turn out. What happens? Well, nothing good. He doesn't move. He doesn't change. He just, you're right, sits there, doesn't do anything. And I'm sure anyone can attest, if you pushed an elephant out of the way, let me know. I'd be more than happy to come work with you for free and see that, basically, because an elephant's a very, very, very massive animal. But basically, as a whole, you can't beat him. I mean, there's no way you can beat him as a whole. But there is a way that you can sit down and look it over and move forward and actually beat him. And I'm sure everyone's gonna want to know how. How? Well, you basically take and cut him up and chunk him down into bite-sized pieces. One piece at a time, bit by bit, area by area. So with all this being said, so you take your big goal, which is your elephant, your big forward-looking progress or project, and you take and you chunk it down. With all this going through here, I'm going to take and I'm going to share 3 secrets to getting this chunk down, into bite-sized pieces and, getting that digital marketing elephant manageable. Secret number 1 that we're going to cover is going to be, you're going to take and establish checkpoints. Secret number 2 that I'm going to share with you is you're going to need sometimes to not only force yourself to take smaller bites, but look at it and cut it down even smaller than the smaller bites so it's manageable. And secret number 3 overall to eat that elephant and be successful is, you may have to bring in help. We've all been there. It'd be nice to say we had perfectly executed plans and it took us from concept to launch with, basically no surprises. But the truth is, we all have a different course. There's days we had to figure out how to move past the elephant in the room, get around, solve certain problems, and make things basically happen. Let's get into the goodness and secret sauce of it all. Secret number 1, check-ins / points. It's a no-brainer that basically an elephant will take, and it wins by sheer size. The bigger the project, the bigger the elephant. It's usually a tough plan of action, to plan out for a year, but it's not difficult to do a few weeks or, even a month or so. But, what if your end date is stuck out and way far forward thinking in a year? How do you stay on task and how do you make that go forward, and how do you win? Well, you win by you nail down your end date and you put in small checkpoints and regular intervals in between now and then to basically go through, check it out, and make it work. Lay out goals. Every quarter, you basically could take and divide into smaller weeks and pick a day of the week to check in, and maybe even have an accountability partner that you have to report to and check in with, and help yourself gauge the process with them of what you're working on and basically moving forward with. Because your elephant is a massive overgrown beast, and that's one way you're going to be able to win and beat him, is lay it out in the smaller bite-sized goals. Secret number 2 is going to be basically you're going to take and you're going to slice him up into smaller bites. Sometimes, I don't know about y'all, but my eyes are bigger than my stomach and I take too much on my plate and I can't eat it all. So you just bite off more than you can chew of that big old elephant, and that's okay. Just don't stop eating. Just chunk it and cut it down into even smaller bites and lay them out and plan. If you just basically go up and stop eating, your elephant wins and you basically sit there and become stuck. Take a look at your next goal and ask, how can I make this simpler? How can I break this up into smaller, more manageable tasks? Break up your next goal into micro tasks from regular tasks that can be accomplished within 4-hour increments or 4-hour time frames. And, you can take and basically create as many micro tasks as you need to accomplish each individual goal to keep you moving in forward progression. The biggest, most important part of it all is you're reducing one goal down to a series of smaller tasks, which each can be achieved within 4 hours. And it helps you bring a level of clarity that makes it easy to focus on one goal and one time frame moving forward to become successful in achieving your overall goal. Secret number 3 is going to be help me. You can look at the number of 4-hour tasks that you have taken and, created. Are there too many for you to accomplish on your own? Do you need a team to help you out to accomplish them in a reasonable time frame? If you do have too many, and it won't just all fit, the elephant, he's basically attempting to show you that there's just too much and it cannot be all accomplished at once. You need to get a team involved. And even though the elephant, right, he still doesn't win. You got to stand up, fight back, hold that elephant off, and you're going to need to ask and get some help, basically. Those are the basic 3 secrets that help you successfully take and eat that elephant. Establish checkpoints, drop in smaller bites, and even micro bites, if even more. And then, if needed and allotted, to bring in help in achieving in time. Basically, like I said, gave you all the secrets to eating your elephant. I think you got that, and I'm pretty sure you can attest and respond. Did I do that for you? And basically, it all boils down to, have I helped you? It's a fairly short presentation, but it's very, very important. There's different sheets and stuff I could share with you later on that help chunk it down. And the biggest thing that we overall in this industry and in business in general trying to do, our side quote unquote hustle and trying to relieve us and give us the time freedom to get away from our job, control our destiny, and, basically do what we want to do on our time is planning. We all too often run in like a bull in a china shop and just take off 90 to nothing and wreck everything trying to get through there. When if we would have took and stepped back and taken the time, to just plan. Some of y'all know me for a while. Jay and I've talked to Jay a while back before and doing different things that we've come across stuff together. Bernie's reached out to me a while back, but the biggest thing is planning and sticking with our plan, and breaking it down. And then basically reward yourself for those goals that you meet. Get those chunked down in the micros. But the biggest thing is plan. You absolutely positively must plan and stay on task and stay focused. It's pretty short, pretty sweet. There's not a whole lot more to hear. Does anyone have any questions for this?
Pretty sweet.
Well, I'll ask questions.
Of course you will.
So, Yogi, does it help to break things down as far as like active and inactive? Like, for example, making phone calls, doing live streams, doing active things. Is that like help you be even more productive than just trying to chunk everything down and then do inactive things like send emails, build funnels? Is there kind of flow that you have that you use?
Well, yeah, there's definitely a flow. I mean, and you find as you go along what works best for you. There's ways to chunk it down on a daily task frame that, are active and are inactive. And like I've really said to anyone that I've ever talked to and in doing things in any business in general, is it's the active things that are going to get you revenue. A lot of times the inactive things aren't going to bring that in. We need sales, we need people, we need eyes, we need a lot of things like that. And that's where we get lost sometimes, and just being afraid to stand up and do the active things, and not planning and moving forward with that. So we get stuck in building the funnels because the funnels is funner than and more of an enjoyable task than calling and trying to get prospects on the phone or whatever your business may be, which is the lifeblood of things. And we just don't do that a lot. We get sidetracked. So sticking with the active things is the most thing that I try to do for the most part. A lot of the inactive stuff, I'll chunk down and work at slowly but surely. And a lot of times, I'll look for ways to outsource that stuff that's not going to be revenue generating a lot of times. Brandy, I think you're still muted.
Oops, I shut my microphone off. I was
Interested.
hearing a little feedback. You guys probably like that. So what if I wanted to build a funnel and do email sequencing? How would you chunk something like that down? Because what I see is people totally overwhelmed when they first start, and they really are not sure what to do next.
So basically building a funnel, I mean, there's a lot of processes to that. It's fairly simple, though. You need to figure out what you want, chunk it down, what's going to be first. You really need to build your funnel first, put that together and how it's going to go. And then, basically go for your content in your videos or pictures or whatever you're going to have. And then start, writing your email process that way. They're fairly simple. You can chunk it down there. You can chunk it down even more. Do you want to do that? You don't have to do it all, or you can get someone to help you. But chunking it down is advantageous to being successful. It is overwhelming, but just one thing at a time. Okay, build one page of the funnel today. Build one page of the funnel tomorrow. We all too often are in such a hurry to get it done. And it's good to go forward and want to get it done. But that's how we overwhelm ourselves too much. Build a page today, build a page tomorrow. Even if you only have a 2 or 3 page funnel, write an email today, write an email tomorrow after that. And then how many ever sequences you may want to have. And, do your due diligence that fits in your industry. So we all want to get it done and get it launched. Obviously that's good and it doesn't need to be perfect, but just chunking it down on a daily basis will help a lot.
You got a couple questions here. One is, what is the best way to determine what is the most important?
The best way to take and determine what's most important, it's really up to you. The most, like I said, to me, in reality, the most important everything is the sales factor, client getting factor, what's coming in. It all has its place. It's all important. But where are you landing with your progress and what you're trying to do at that time? So take a pick in the moment and where you're at with things. You may just be starting and per se, maybe even trying to get going on whatever you may choose to do and need to pay rent. Well, and you don't have a job that will pay your bills. So, what's going to become most important to you there? Generating some kind of revenue so you're not homeless. So therefore, it goes back to what I was saying, that your sales become the most important again. So it's all in where you're at and what you're doing at the time and building it and taking it step by step. I see, what software do I think that help organize all of it? Pen and paper. Pen and paper is pretty good. You get too caught up in doing all the little software searching, and I do it all the time. I'm trying to find something too that organizes it all really. You can use your basic Trellos and stuff like that. They're pretty good. But the simpler you keep it, I've found that is the better off you're going to be, because otherwise I personally get too wrapped up in trying to figure out something new and make something better. And, there's always a better mousetrap. So pen and paper to start. And then if you're sharing, collaborating with a team, you can use small basic project managements that are out there. Pen and paper to start. And then if you're sharing, collaborating with a team, small basic project managements that are out there.
You almost seem old using a pen and paper, Yogi. He's always saying like I'm a Geritol lady. I'm like, what? I actually chose the wrong age on this thing. I went, what? I'm what? How old? Oops. So whiteboards work really well too. I actually got up in the middle of the night in my sleep and drew out a funnel. I didn't know until this morning. I walked in my office and I'm like, what happened? I was thinking of it, dreaming about it last night, and I got up and apparently in my sleep and drew a funnel out. That means you have the Builderall bug, apparently.
Bun in the oven, Builderall.
Guys, any more questions you have for him? He's a really busy guy. He's chunked things down to make it super streamlined. Calendars. I love to list each day of the week and what to do and to accomplish. I do yin and yang activities myself. Like one day I just talk to people and live stream and try to do all that active stuff, but I put everything on a calendar and color code it. by what's most important. Because I know if I can accomplish 3 main tasks every day, then you're going to be successful one way or another. If you're doing 3 things a day to help you to get to that goal, that's just one step in front of the other.
Definitely.
You don't write it down, yeah, then it won't get done if you don't write it down. Exactly. I think Muhammad says, I want to recommend you all try Panda Pro Journal. Don't know anything about that one, do you?
No, I've never heard of it either, but it definitely can check out by 4. Thanks, Bob. Oh, there's somebody's affiliate link. Go, Jay.
Oh, Jay, man, he's the guy with all the links. Let me tell you, you bring something up. Go, Jay. Go, Jay. Jay, man, he's the guy with all the links. Let me tell you, you bring something up. Go, Jay. Go, Jay. Any questions on Facebook, guys? He's giving you time here to ask some questions, but if you don't, then we just head right to the after party where the fun is.
That's why I kept it short. You always gotta love that.
Oh, he Googled it. Well, I guess you should have an affiliate link for that, or Muhammad should. Somebody should. Use your affiliate links, people. So, Yogi, if they have more questions, like there are people that aren't very organized. I'm organized because you and I accomplish a large amount of things because we are organized. But if they're confused, some people are shy and they don't want to ask questions. Can they just private message you?
Yeah, most definitely. I'm more up.
He'll give you like 10 minutes.
I'll give you whatever you need to point you in the right direction and help you structure something that's quick, easy, and executable by far.
He'll give you like 10 minutes. They want you to put your Facebook link in there.
I gotta find it.
Everybody will be your friend. You'll be getting friend requests like crazy.
I'll have to find it.
Okay, I'm going to end the Facebook Live. Peace and love to everybody. See, zip, zip. We can accomplish a lot in a short period of time. Okay, I'm going to end the Facebook Live. Peace and love to everybody. See, zip, zip. We can accomplish a lot in a